Good morning. It is 6:45 a.m. and I'm walking back down the same gravel road that we walked on twice yesterday evening. So by the time we got our stuff set up and ready for bed, it was well after dark. I think we both fell asleep dang near instantly. I started to edit a video. I didn't even get a quarter of the way through and I was like, I'm done with this. Turned my phone off and I went to bed. I woke up this morning and Moss had said yesterday, can we sleep in tomorrow, meaning today? So I thought that's what was happening. I wake up, it was like 5:59 on my phone, and I start to just roll over and stay in bed for a bit, and I hear something, so I look out the door of my tent. Moss is already out there, all of her hiking clothes on, ready to go. She was taking down her bear bags. She hadn't taken her tent down yet. But anyway, we got packed up. She's, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ahead of me. We've got a market, a 24-hour Appalachian market in Deli, in like 3.5 or something from here. So we'll meet up there. There was, in the description, it says the place has fuel. So I'm hoping to buy some fuel for my stove there. And the water we got last night, I only got one bottle of it. It was a good looking source, but oh my gosh, it tastes so strong like copper. We decided last night we weren't drinking it unless it was an emergency. And then this morning, we both dumped them out. So I've got maybe 3/4 of a liter, but like I said, I've only got a little over 3.5 miles before I can get to water. All right, I'm gonna get to going and probably see you at the deli. I think I actually forgot to do any videoing at the Appalachian Deli. The Appalachian Deli and Market is basically a gas station that has a deli in it, and it's right on trail. So we had breakfast sandwiches and a dessert and some cold coffee. Got some water and stuff. So refilled our jugs, or refilled our bottles with a jug. And I found fuel. So right now I'm carrying an almost empty fuel can because I guess it's very scarce these days. So I didn't want to get rid of what little bit I had. And Moss has at least a half of a can, but we both bought new full cans. I'm also carrying 2 things of bug spray because I didn't want to run out of the one the other day, and I've been carrying 2 for a bit now. So anyway, we have about 10 miles, a little under 10 miles till we're supposed to meet up with Jake and Tori for some trail magic. So we're looking forward to that. And then hopefully, and this is thick through here, just walking through like a bunch of brush.
Hi.
You want to say anything? You haven't been on camera this morning.
I had a Coke.
That's all you got to say is I had a Coke. So anyway, right now we're just going through all this thick brush. Luckily, we just doused ourselves with bug spray. Let's see, what else do we got today? I don't know if there's much. So we're gonna try to do 5 miles after we meet up with Jake and Tori, or Hammer and Yeah. And then we started to toy around with the idea of maybe doing a 21 tomorrow and seeing if Frodo's parents could pick us up in Pauling tomorrow night. So I don't know. We're going to see what their schedule's like and what's going on. So we were going to go 10 more miles before we got picked up. But we got to go into Pauling anyway at some point because Moss, while out of tap room, ordered jewelry a few weeks ago. But it's something she's been wanting for a long time, and it's being delivered to the post office in Pauling. Actually, it's already there waiting.
You're gonna have to ask Drunk Moss about that.
We don't know Drunk Moss. We don't let Drunk Moss have the camera very often. Haven't been doing much videoing this morning, but check this thing out. I'd like to carry that thing, but it's probably like 100 pounds. Hold on.
See.
What the heck are you doing?
I'm busy.
What are you doing? No.
I'm busy.
No. No. Yeah. No. Wipe that off stuff. Wipe that stuff off there.
Oh my god.
It looks like I stubbed my toe.
It looks so good.
That's gonna come off there quick.
Let your freak flag fly.
I don't have.
Picklebacks are the OGs. Oh my god, y'all did so good. That was too much. That was too much.
Oh, good. Go! What are you cooking? All right, so we've not done very many videos today. We have been at a Trail Magic with none other than, I can't find them, Jake and Tori, class of 2021 that I hiked with last year. And they made burgers, and there's a bunch of melon. I guess Tori's a big fan of melons. We had huge bowls of melons.
I like melons too.
There's lots of beer. So we were gonna do another 6 miles today. I'm not sure if we're gonna make those 6 miles. We may be done today.
0 miles.
I think we're gonna stay right here today, and I'll get back with you all tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. We got, the sun's killing us there. We got the tents packed up, mine's packed up, Moss is finishing packing. And also ALDA, the Appalachian Long Distance Hikers Association, was doing a Trail Magic. They're still here today. Jake and Tori are packing up their truck. Is your hair good enough to be in the video now? All right, so I don't know what's it's about 8 o'clock, I think. I don't know how far we're gonna go today. We're just gonna see how far we can get. So more on that later. In the meantime, I guess it's about time that I get to start walking here. So I'm gonna say bye to them and start heading north. Not sure why. I never seem to remember my trail month anniversaries until a little bit later. This is probably the earliest in the day I remembered. It's only because we were looking at the date, trying to figure something out. So today is July 10th. So I've been on trail 4 months today. Man, that's like, in some ways it seems like I've been on trail forever. Like Georgia seems so long ago. And then in other ways, it's like, my gosh, I can't believe I've been doing this for 4 months. Anyway, that was a really good visit with Tori and Jake. I was really glad to get to see them. I haven't seen them since Trail Days last year. So, been just over a year, I think. And the cool news is, they're planning to do Trail Magic next week. And they're going to try to plan that around where we're at. So hopefully I'm going to get to see him again next weekend. So it's a little after 8. Oh, maybe it's 8:30. I don't know. And Moss and I started hiking. There's word that there is a Trail Magic barbecue at a shelter 10.7 into our day. So we are going to meet up there and then figure out what our afternoon's going to look like. We've got to figure out a little more details on when we're gonna get to Frodo's parents. I think it'll be, I don't know, we may see if they can get us at Pauling, New York, and which is 10 miles closer, because Moss has a necklace she had ordered, like an AT necklace that she had ordered at the post office in Pauling. So I don't know, we'll see how we're feeling today, because we're 28 miles from Pauling, and hopefully this afternoon we'll get a plan worked out with them. All right. Check out this interesting thing. It's like a land bridge through the woods. So there's like stone retaining wall, and it just looks like the rest of the woods on top. Huh. It's the first time I've seen something like this on trail. And it's just out here in the middle of the woods. So I'm walking through the woods here. I'm getting close to a road, and I look over, and you know what I see? A telephone. Just a telephone in the middle of the woods. And I think there's no way that thing works. It's an old rotary phone. But it's really cool, actually, what this is for. I'm going to take a picture and leave it on the screen so you can see it. I don't think I've gotten back on here to update you all. I crossed a road, I don't know, a mile and a half back or so, and there was a sign about this barbecue, and there's a handwritten sign over it that said they've moved the barbecue, and it's at a different road crossing, and it's further away than where that we thought it was going to be. So we decided to go ahead and stop and take a Blue Blaze trail. It's supposed to be like less than a half mile to a beach and concession stand. I think they may have like showers there of some sort. Probably take a quick rinse off if they do. And then Moss is behind me, so not too far though, I don't think. So we're gonna go down here to this beach area and check it out. Probably stay here and take a break for a bit. We've done about 6 miles so far, and we're probably gonna need to do some assessing our situation and figure out how far we're gonna go, so we can plan out the next day or two and the pickup with Frodo's parents. And I'll tell you what, I've not told Moss this yet, but I'm leaning towards seeing if she wants to do a little bit shorter day today and tomorrow and then 0, which is complete opposite of the miles that I'm wanting to make up. However, I haven't mentioned it, my left ankle has been bothering me for a few days. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I've done 30 something miles on it, maybe 40 miles on it, with it hurting a little. It's mostly just on the downhills, and it's not bad. I can still hike with it. It's not really swollen or anything, I don't think. But I don't know, I keep thinking push ahead, but maybe it's time to listen to my body. I really haven't had many aches and pains, and probably should keep it that way. It is a Sunday, and my goodness, this beach is full. Let me show you. All right, so I'm back on this Blue Blaze, headed back to the AT. Moss and I took a break for probably 2 hours or so. Another hiker had bought a bag of ice. I don't even know why. He used half of it for something. And I used the other half for my ankle. We got some food. I think she had a chicken sandwich and I had some chicken tenders. And she took the blue. So the way this area is off the AT, there's a Blue Blaze that comes off, goes through this park, and goes back to the AT. We just took opposite Blue Blazes. I'm going back the way that I came, and she was going the other way to the trail. So we'll be back to the trail about the same time. We've been talking about what we were gonna do, and we were both dreaming that we could just be off the trail today for the break, but we gotta hike some more miles first. So we did talk to Jill, Frodo's mom, and we got a plan worked out. So we have to cover 22 miles between now and tomorrow afternoon, and she's gonna pick us up at Pauling, New York. We need to go to Pauling anyway. Moss and I were gonna have to go in that town when we went through, because she has a package at the post office. So we're gonna get to Pauling tomorrow afternoon before the post office closes. They'll pick us up there, run to the post office, take us to resupply, and then go back to their house. I'm not absolutely sure yet if we're gonna be zeroing or just like a night there. My guess right now may be zeroing, just because when you got an opportunity to hang out with some people that are wanting to help you out, and they have a pool, and you gotta take advantage of that and get to know them a little more. And it's a lot of what the trail's about, just making connections and meeting new people. I think there's a group coming at me on this little trail. So I'm gonna get to hiking, get back to the AT and keep going north, and I'll see y'all in a bit. All right, check out this view. I'm not sure what's going on, but my camera is not jumping around today. Back down to the beach. Beautiful lake. .360 views and some kind of, let's see, USA. Let's go around this side. Oh, cool. In memory of September 11th. Wow. I'm not normally a fan of graffiti, but this is nice. So, especially here on up this mountain in New York. Me and this deer are just walking towards each other. I think it finally just saw me and stopped. There's another one back behind it to the left. The little one. All right, the RPH Shelter area. It's a beautiful shelter area. And the shelter apparently used to be a cabin, and they took part of a wall off. But this is, here, this is a nice one. And they got a bunch of water, thank goodness, because there's like no much water on these parts. Covered porch. Must be somebody doing some trail work, must have fallen through there. This is the privy for the RPH shelter. That's a fancy privy with like a clear glass top and everything. Way fancier than most of them. Okay, so we got water at the RPH shelter. They have a bunch of gallons. There's a road right here, so they fill it with gallon jugs. So we're able to drink about a liter there and carry my bottles out full. Moss really wanted to stay there, but we were looking, and that would leave us about 17 and a half that we'd have to do tomorrow morning before meeting up with Frodo's parents. So we must press on. So there's some comments about a really good stealth site 3 miles north of here. So that's where we're headed. Hoping nobody's there when we get there. Get a big view here. Hello and good evening. We've got a nice little stealth spot here, and it's kind of neat. There's a viewpoint right back behind us, and then the way the ridge is, we're kind of just in a little flat spot in a bowl here. So we're in the middle of kind of cooking and eating dinner. Moss is back there cleaning her spoon, scratching her poison ivy. So let's see. I don't guess I have much to say today. We just had.
I found a tick on me.
Now you have something to say. You want to talk about the tick?
So he was crawling on my hand, and he was almost too small to even see. Like, he looked like a little speck. And it was right after we had walked through a trail that had a bunch of just plants and stuff growing over it. And I found him.
I'm glad you found him. It didn't like bury in you somewhere. Let's see, what else? The lake was cool today. Pretty much today was just kind of uneventful. We have about 14 miles tomorrow to where we're meeting Frodo's mom, Jill. And we're gonna go back to Frodo's parents' house for, well, they're gonna take us to resupply, then to their house for shower and laundry and all the things. And I don't think I really have much else today. I'm really looking forward to, I'm kind of behind in editing some videos. So once dinner's over, I gotta edit at least 2 videos and maybe listen to a podcast as I fall asleep. My guess is Moss will be snoozing within about 30 seconds of taking the last bite of that.
I mixed pork and beef ramen together.
Oh, how's that?
It's yummy.
I've got a chicken ramen. These are the ones that, well, I paid $3 for this one. This is that one that was really expensive. And the other one I had, it really wasn't very good. And I had some peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla. But all right, come back next time and you get to meet Frodo's parents again. You probably saw them in a video at Trail Days, I believe. Anyway, come back next time. Have a good one.